Theresa May will call for flexibility from the European Union over its approach to the Brexit negotiations as she seeks a breakthrough on her push for trade talks. The Prime Minister will say the UK can get a deal to prove the anti-Brexit doomsayers wrong as she attempts to use a common statement to move on from her Misfit conference speech and the attempted coup against her leadership. Mrs May will tell the EU the ball is in their court as talks resume between the UK's negotiators and Michel Barnier's team of Brussels officials. European leaders will decide later this month whether sufficient progress has been made in the first stage of the Brexit talks, including the so-called divorce bill, to move on to talks on the future trading relationship and any potential implementation period for the new arrangements. But it appears unlikely that the EU will agree that enough progress has been made on the initial phase, which also includes citizens' rights and the border between the UK and Republic of Ireland, to begin talks on the post-Brexit relationship. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker has said it will take miracles for enough progress to have been made by the meeting of leaders on October 1920, while the European Parliament overwhelmingly passed a non-binding motion declaring that more needed to be done. Mrs May will appear before MPs to update them on her speech in Florence, which, while failing to secure a breakthrough, has been welcomed by EU leaders for its constructive tone. She will say a new, deep and special partnership between a sovereign United Kingdom and a strong and successful European Union is our ambition and our offer to our European friends. Achieving that partnership will require leadership and flexibility, not just from us but from our friends, the 27 nations of the EU. And as we look forward to the next stage, the ball is in their court. But I am optimistic we will receive a positive response. Because what we are seeking is not just the best possible deal for us but also the best possible deal for our European friends too. She will acknowledge that progress will not always be smooth but will seek to strike a positive note about the Brexit process. By approaching these negotiations in a constructive way in a spirit of friendship and cooperation and with our sights firmly set on the future, I believe we can prove the doomsayers wrong, she will say. I believe we can seize the opportunities of this defining moment in the history of our nation. The Prime Minister will also attempt to reassure business leaders that the Brexit process is on track as she hosts a meeting with leading industry figures on Monday. She will be joined by senior colleagues including Chancellor Philip Hammond and Brexit Secretary David Davis at the meeting in Downing Street. Representatives from firms including Aston Martin, HSBC, Morgan Stanley and Vodafone will be among those attending the meeting of the Business Advisory Council. The meeting follows warnings from RBS Chairman Sir Howard Davies that the damage to the city from Brexit is going to be quite considerable over time. And it comes as the British Retail Consortium warns that consumers could face rising prices and slower deliveries unless non-graduate EU migrants are able to continue working in the sector after Brexit.